Hi everyone,
Hi.
Les and Wendy back for another video and another interview.
Yes.
And today we are talking to Justin.
Hello everyone.
Oh, have you got him in the phone?
I got him.
Okay, good. Justin was our first client for the We Love St. John, which was just Wendy at the time.
Real estate.
And we have to say we're licensed through Royal LePage Atlantic. Reach us at We Love St. John at royallepage.ca, and there you go. There's our plug.
Yes.
So Justin was our first client.
Yes.
And thank you very much for that.
Yeah, it's a pleasure with you guys.
So Justin, would you be okay telling us a little bit about how you ended up in St. John and where you came from to get here?
Yeah, I came from China. I've been living in China for about 20 years, and I met my wife in China and have a daughter, and I wanted her to, come to school here and be able to have the environment I grew up in here, and so we came from China to Canada, and I was thinking about moving to either Toronto or Kingston, but then doing some research, I decided that I'd come over to St. John. I lived in Fredericton for about 5 years, which is close by, and so I know a little bit about the life style and the atmosphere that it's like here.
So now tell us a bit about yourself. You were born in Canada.
Yep.
You grew up in Ontario?
I grew up about half of my life, my childhood in Toronto, Ontario, and about 5 years in Fredericton.
In Fredericton. Yeah. So about how old were you when you lived in Fredericton?
I moved there when I was about I think I was about 10 years old. Yeah, when we moved there. Yeah, maybe 11. Yeah, maybe 11.
And did you think about moving back there instead of St. John?
I wasn't actually, like I said, my first choice was actually Toronto, mainly because that's really the only place my wife really knows of. She's being Chinese, and we have a lot of friends that live in Toronto, but it's pretty expensive, and I didn't want to overextend myself in Toronto, so I was looking for better alternatives, and St. John is on the sea, so you got lakes, rivers, no mountains, but fresh air. It seemed like a good place to be, and I mean I've visited once before being younger, so
So St. John made sense to you.
Yeah.
St. John makes sense.
It does.
Now, where were you when you purchased your new home here?
I was in China, so because my wife hadn't received her visa yet at the time, and because of COVID and the restrictions for traveling, if I leave China, they wouldn't allow me back in, being not a Chinese person right now. So that would have been difficult because I have the business there, and having my daughter, that would just be too much pressure at that time. So then I found you guys on We Love St. John,
Nice.
and that's I saw your videos and reached out to find out more about St. John. Yeah.
Now, if I understand this correctly, you were our first client, but you had no idea you were our first client.
I did not know that. No, I didn't know that.
Okay. Would you have still used us if you had known you?
I think so. It really didn't even cross my mind where I was in the list. It's just that you guys were very approachable and knowledgeable, and really loved the city and show us around it, and so I felt you guys were very knowledgeable and someone I wanted to work with.
Well, that's very kind of you
Thank
to
you.
say. And you bought your home without ever seeing it, right?
Well, you guys showed it to me,
On
through
video,
videos, through videos and walkthroughs, and I mean, you guys showed lots of places, and basically took me around St. John at places that I was interested in, and to see what it was like, and then finally I found the one that was the best suited for me, and I guess the rest was history.
Now, you had a home inspection done, right?
Yes,
and
yes.
you were in China for that as well.
Yes.
What about all the legal signings? Did you do that here, or were you still in China when you
I was still in China, so everything was done. I was technically here for the closing, like one day before closing, but because I needed to quarantine, so I still had 2 weeks before I was able to go to the property and check it out in person.
So I think Wendy actually went and picked up your key for you.
Yes, she did. Yes, yeah.
And so now you've been here in St. John. I know part of it was quarantining, so you've been here, what, about a month?
We've been here from the November 29th to now, so it's about a month now. Yeah.
And half of that was in quarantine?
Yeah.
So have you had any chance to get out and explore?
A little bit. We went down to the Vegas place there before. I wanted to let her play and have some fun. So we did some the mini golf and laser tag. She didn't really like the laser tag, but just me and her. It wasn't fair. And the bowling and stuff. So it was nice to just get out after the long quarantine and, let her have some fun.
And I assume it's quite a bit colder here than where you were in China?
Yeah. I was in the southern part of China in Guangzhou. So I would say the climate is very similar to Florida. It's hot and humid.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think you said you prefer the cold, right?
Yes. I am not a fan of hot and humid. I'm okay with the hot and dry, but the humidity with that it's not for me. I had the AC on constantly, even sometimes like it's already fall, getting close to winter. I still had the AC on. To my wife's dismay, but yeah.
And your wife has never been to St. John, right?
No, this will be her first time. Yeah, so I mean, she's really relying on me to make this kind of transition. She doesn't. It's much harder for her. She's never been to. Well, she's been to Canada, but she's never lived in Canada. She doesn't understand how everything really works, so it's much easier for me to handle it. Just discuss it with her and make sure like she understands what the changes are going to be like and stuff. So
and from what I understand, also you've registered your daughter for school.
Yes. Yeah, my wife is very excited for that. Yeah, so we got her in school. That was pretty painless.
That's what I was wondering about.
Yeah, well, my wife really wanted me to go to school to register, so I actually went to the school, but they were, because I'm coming from abroad, they were a little bit worried about the documentation, because like her birth certificate's like not from here, it's got Chinese and stuff like that. Her immunizations also we have the translations, but they were a little bit worried about that, so they asked me to call another lady that takes in new students for the St. John.
Okay.
And so I emailed her, and she said, you can just do it directly with the school. And she also copied the school, so they already knew. I didn't have to really go back to them. They already knew, and the next day they're like, okay, when school starts next semester, bring her in and we'll get her signed up and all set. So
relatively painless. That's good.
Yeah.
Not too much red tape.
No, it was pretty easy. Yeah.
And interactions you've had with people, whether it's the school, whether it's the government, have you had What can you tell us about your experiences?
Comparing from where I was living in China, it's definitely different. People are very friendly, more open. Like, for example, walking down the street and you see a stranger, you can just say hi, or they may even just say hi to you, which is very much not really a thing over there. I guess that's more like a big city thing as well, and just tend to keep to yourself. But yeah, people are more approachable and like to talk and be friendly and just yeah, be there for each other. Then also when I applied for our health cards, because we're coming from outside of the country, we don't actually need to wait like as if we were coming from another province. So I found that out and then got there again. Very nice, very polite. She brought out a bunch of stickers to give to my daughter, and while I was filling out the information and things like that, and then I forgot to bring her original passport, so she was just, oh, here's my email. Just when you go back, just email it to me, and yeah,
that was at Service New Brunswick.
Yeah.
One-stop shopping there for a lot of things, right?
Yeah, yes. Very friendly, super easy, no fuss. It took me like 10 minutes, in and out pretty much.
So you said that about people being approachable on the street. We noticed that when we first moved here. We still notice it. We're not from a big city in the west, suburb of Vancouver, which is a big city, but eye contact, straight down, look, pretend nobody exists, and that's what we found different here. But now you were a lot younger when you lived in Ontario, but could you compare the friendliness here to Toronto, or do you?
Toronto, I mean, people are like if you approach someone in Toronto, like you need help, they'll be friendly enough. But here, people are more proactive, I guess, would be a good word to describe that. Like, it's just they proactively want to be friendly with the people that are around.
That's a good way of putting it. They don't wait for you to say hello. They'll say hello.
Yeah,
exactly. Make eye contact. So.
Yeah, and I've been kind of traveling around using taxis, and I've actually ended up having the same drivers sometimes. I've had one at least 4 times, and. I get to talk with them, and they can tell me stuff that they know about the area, and I let them know what's happening with me, what area I'm in, and they, just really friendly and talkative, and just easy to get along with, really.
Yeah. Wendy, do you have some questions for Justin?
Well, I was just wondering, overall, I mean, you came from a completely different part of the world, right? Mm. As far as like an overall transition, how did you find coming back to Canada and coming into St. John? Was the process easy? Like, was it?
I feel like I'm still in the process of it. I decided not to ship everything because the cost of shipping has gone up because of the whole congestion as of late. So I've decided to sell all our stuff or give away what we can't sell, and so I'm doing everything anew, and I want to do some renovations for the kitchen. So these are kind of like ongoing things that are still going. Things that I still need to get used to that I never really had to think about, like taxes and things like that. I'm still learning, but since I've been here, what the things that I've had to do is fairly easy. With my wife, once she got her visa, they already gave her like a list of people and websites and information to help her to, when she moves here, to adjust and be able to know how to do different things. So, which of course I can use as well to just read up and kind of re-educate myself. Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
So I know you've only been here a month, but do you have any regrets?
No regrets. I've been waiting to move back for a long time. I wanted her to start grade 1, and now she's in grade 3, so I'm a little behind schedule in my opinion. But no regrets. Yeah.
And if you were to ever move again, would you use We Love St. John again?
Of course,
Would you?
yes. Yeah, I plan to buy a property in the future. So, and Wendy's already helping me to research that, and I've been looking at that. So, once I'm ready, yeah, definitely
Terrific.
again.
Awesome.
So for all of you who watch our channel, you know that we talk endlessly about how much we love St. John, but we've decided now that it's time to get some other fresh perspectives. And as you will see here, this is an unedited video. Justin, we asked him to say whatever was on his mind, and whether that was good or bad, you would all get it. And so we're going to show a few people, right? We're going to hope to have interviews with some of the many people we've met since we started our channel. And we thank Justin so much for your time today.
Yes.
We thank you for using Wendy and We Love St. John for your real estate needs. And we, again, as with so many of the people that we've met, Justin and his wonderful daughter are an enormous asset to the St. John community. We are lucky as a city to have them here. And thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me here. Yeah,
Awesome.
helping me to get here.
Great. All right. Well, thank you again, and we love St. John.